been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream, and we're still working on getting the camper straightened out, and in this case, my truck. Now, if you watched my video the other day, I moved the camper forward a little bit because I needed it to be a little bit more level than what it was. I was trying to address a problem with the door. Still don't know exactly what's going on there, but the trailer, whenever I had to pull it forward, the hitch that I use to tow the camper, the weight distribution hitch, I forgot that I had stole the nuts off of it for a project. So I have to put the new nuts on. I want to show you the torque procedure for this specific style of weight distribution hitch. First, let me show you what you need. You need to get a torque wrench. Now, if you have a torque wrench that does 300 foot-pounds, a lot of these steps I'm going to show you isn't necessary. I don't, because I work on small engines. This is only 150 foot-pounds. The only thing I really use this torque wrench for is lug nuts on my truck. They're about 100 pounds. Same with the car. But if you have a 150 foot-pound torque wrench, this procedure that I show you will work for you. And then, of course, a wrench to hold the other side. You can see it's really humid here. I have some kids' sidewalk chalk, some of my kids' chalk from years ago. And that's going to be to mark this socket, and I'll show you why in a second. What I'm going to do now is set up the camera, and we're going to show you what it looks like. Now, I'm fighting some rain, so let's see what happens here. All right, so my camera's not a GoPro or anything like that, so if the rain gets a little bit too heavy, I'm going to have to abort mission. First thing I want to do is pull this hitch off this old one. We'll go ahead and pull this out, set it off on the table. And we'll slip this hitch in here. This thing's heavy. Now, I don't have a pin that's going in there necessarily because I'm not really doing anything that makes it to where I need the pin. Now, what I want to show you here is these large square washers are the way that you adjust the angle in which this head tilts. That's already set. I've already set that. What I want to show you is how to torque these down once it's set. It's raining pretty good now. Now, the thing is with this is the torque needs to be 300 foot-pounds, but I don't have a torque wrench that does that. This torque wrench does 150 foot-pounds. And again, it's raining really pretty strong here, so we'll see if I can get this taken care of beforehand. Let me see if I can speed it up. I'm going to take my impact and run these in. I love Ohio weather. It's so awesome. Okay, let's run these in real quick. Okay, that one's in. And that one's in. But it's not tight. It's not torqued. So now that I've got that snug with my impact, I'm going to torque this. That's my click at 150 pounds. Now I'm going to do the bottom one. Now these bolts and nuts are 1 1/8 inches in size. Okay, so that's 150. I'm going to mark my socket right on the top, which would be the 12 o'clock position. I'm going to move it to where it's 1/4 of a turn, which would be the 3 o'clock position, about where that mark is. So what you do is 150 foot-pounds, and then you go another 1/4 of a turn. And that's it. That one is now at roughly 300 foot-pounds. So I'm going to move my wrench here and go back to the top and finish this one the same way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to line it up the way I had the other one. It's about the 11 o'clock position, so I'll mark it right about there. which would be about the 2 o'clock position. Actually, I'm going to have to get an extension for that just to clear that sway bar, or that sway mount ball. And that's it. Whew. You see, that's a little bit of work. I'm out of breath because I'm out of shape. That winter will do it to you. Sitting inside, eating Twinkies, eating cookies, eating all Heidi's good food. And now I'm so out of shape, other than the shape of being round. So that's it. The thing is torqued and ready to be hooked up the way that it's supposed to. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out because obviously I don't drive around with my hitch in my truck any more than I need to. But that's all it takes. And that'll give you roughly 300 foot-pounds. So 150 foot-pounds plus a quarter of a turn, and you should be right there. Now this is instructions that I got direct from Reese on how to tighten these. And again, this is kind of a unique setup. You don't see a lot of these around anymore. You see now the octagonal ones, but those pretty much require the same type of torque. Just make sure you read your manual that comes with it, or the instructions. This is an old hitch that I actually put together with pieces. I bought the head for about $30, and the other piece, the adjustable piece, I bought that for I think $15, and I put it together. And I had weight distribution bars that came with that old hitch there that luckily were the right pull rating. You got to know that those bars, they're all rated for different types of pull. You get the picture. I appreciate you watching, and click like or subscribe, and I'll get more on just like this. Thanks. Bye.